Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Heather and today I am here with my December TBR. I cannot believe that we're at the end of the year already, but I am so excited for it, which is why I'm here in my Santa Snoopy sweatshirt to tell you all about the books that I hope to read. Now, I am a person who rarely has specifically Christmas books on her opportunity shelf. I rarely read books that specifically center around Christmas. But this year I do, because the next book in Anton Dubek's historical fiction series for adults is A Christmas to Remember. That is the next book in the series that I have to read. This was published a few years ago. I have been adoring this series and I am so excited to jump into the next one. This takes place at the Buckingham Hotel in London in the late 1930s. World War II is on the horizon, but it hasn't quite boiled over yet. And we follow a lot of the staff who work at this hotel. And that's really about it, given that we're at least 2 books in. That's really all I can tell you. But we are still following our beloved characters as war draws ever nearer. It is very Grand Hotel, Downton Abbey-esque, but with ballroom dancing thrown in, because it's Anton Dubek. But he highlights so much more than that in these novels, so I am so excited to read this next installment. Then I went through and thought, what other books say easy, comforting, and or ultra cozy? Because that is what I look for around Christmas time in my reading. So some of the things I came up with were The Light Years by Elizabeth Jane Howard, which is the first in the Cazalet series, which I hadn't heard of before Lauren of Lauren and the Books highly recommended this series. I think she read the whole thing by this point and absolutely adored it. I believe it's another World War II set series, and it's a long family saga. And that sounds wonderful, so I am absolutely willing to give this a try. In order to incorporate more non-fiction back into my reading, I thought I also might pick up Clanlands in New Zealand. This is the companion book to Series 2 of Clanlands that Sam Heughan and Graham McTavish did, which I haven't seen yet. But Series 1 was delightful, and so was the book that went with it. So in this, 2 stars of Outlander are now exploring New Zealand, which is, I believe, where Graham McTavish now lives. And I'm sure comedy and escapades ensue. And this is a copy that my parents picked up at the Poison Pen in Phoenix, I believe, in Arizona, which is Diana Gabaldon's local bookstore. So it is signed by her and Sam Heughan and Graham McTavish, which is really exciting. And in a similar Tolkien theme, I thought it might be cozy to curl up with Sir Gawain and the Green Knight as translated by J.R.R. Tolkien. I have been wanting to read this for ages, and I thought, you know what? Why not curl up by the fire and read an Arthurian adventure? That sounds wonderful. Christmas is the perfect time for a Lord of the Rings movie marathon, so why not work this in at the same time? This does also include Pearl and Sir Orfeo, and I have never heard of those before, so I am intrigued to find out about them. But I've been wanting to read Sir Gawain and the Green Knight for ages because I never actually have. I'm vaguely familiar with the plot based on other Arthurian things that I have read, but I'm excited to see what the actual poem is like. I also decided to pick up Hotel Sacher, a novel by Roderick Doenaert, as translated by Alison Leyland. This was translated from the German, I believe. And it's about Hotel Sacher in Vienna at the end of the 1800s, I believe. I'm assuming that Hotel Sacher is where the famous Sachertorte was created. And we're following one woman's attempts to hold on to this hotel and keep it running after the death of her husband. I'm going to double check that. Yes, indeed. So we're in Belle Epoque Vienna, and that just sounds wonderful. And it felt Christmassy to me because we always watch the Vienna Philharmonic's New Year's Day concert every year. It's broadcast on PBS every year, and it's been a family tradition ever since I was a very small girl. So this just seemed to fit the theme perfectly. And finally, Christmas reading always says middle grade to me. I always crave some middle grade reading. So I decided to pick up another Anton Dubek book. This is a middle grade series that he started. And it's the first book called Codename Foxtrot, in which we follow twin siblings who are Harry and Rosie. And they are evacuated from London in 1940 to go and live with Great Uncle Rupert, I believe, which they're not entirely happy about. But while Harry is dreaming of possibly becoming a dancer one day and dancing at the Blackpool Winter Gardens, yes, he and his sister also discover that there could be dirty work afoot in town, and it's up to them to try and get to the bottom of it. That sounds fantastic. It is illustrated. It's just wonderful, and I cannot wait to dive in all together. I mean, look at that. Even along some of the pages, there's little music sweeping across the bottom. Oh, what a delightful touch. This is, of course, not including any audiobooks I may listen to or any library holds that may come in, but these are definitely things that I want to try to get to in December. Let me know down below what you are hoping to read this month, or if you tend to have a lot of Christmas-themed books, or if you are like me, constantly searching and not really finding any that appeal to you. Let me know down below, and until next time, be safe, be well, and happy reading. Bye, everyone.